Hello guys, today in this video I wanted to talk about how this economy works and our place in society and how actually money like um, paper money makes everything work in a certain way and how it actually limits uh, your possibilities in life and how crisis and economic collapses are actually by design and how everything is actually being manipulated um, to be this way. I know many of you guys actually have been passing through something like this, but lately I have been thinking about how money works and how everything around us is by design. What do I mean by design? Well, I mean that no matter what you do and no matter your efforts, you're gonna keep on being either broke, like totally broke, or just about broke. Okay, what do I mean by just above broke? Well, what I mean is that even if you on the outside look like you have money or something, like for example, you could quote unquote have a car or something like that, well, because of the economy and the hidden fees, taxes, and other stuff, actually, you don't get to own anything. Basically, for example, your house. Let's say you somehow manage to save enough money and to get a great business and somehow manage to save it and buy it, or at least pay like the 20% down payment. Let's assume you do that. Well, in that case, even if you manage uh, to make the down payment, well, guess what? You're still gonna be paying. And you say, oh, well, but it's mine. Well, if you really think about it, actually it isn't because you're still paying for it. Like, it's quite obvious, I know, but the thing here is that it is not only about like, um, for that, it is also for other things. For example, lately, because things have become more expensive, people have been more inclined to installments. And lately, if you actually research that, you're gonna find out that many people, if not most people actually, have installments for their phones, their appliances, and other stuff, even computers and many things. So basically, it's like taking that concept of the mortgage and applying that to everything. But nowadays, there's no job security. Even for your own business, actually, there's no security for that as well. So basically, what that means is that you're always renting. Even if you think, oh, well, but eventually I'm gonna finish the payment. Yeah, when? You know? And let's assume you get to that point and you finish the payment. Well, guess what? Your phone or your computer or whatever now is old, and you have to restart your installments to buy the newest one because it took you long enough to finish paying. So basically, the cycle repeats and you're all over in debt. So, this is actually by design. You know, salaries and other stuff are just enough not to actually pay stuff in cash, but with cash, but to pay it with debt, basically. Um, so yeah, it is actually on purpose. And why is that? Well, if you research it, you will find out that actually it is like that because money is debt. But why is that? Why is money debt? Well, ever since the US left, and other countries as well, left the gold pattern in 1971, ever since then, basically money stopped working like it used to work before for the boomer generation. Basically, nowadays, it works as a type of IOU uh, credit system. It's basically you give somebody an IOU, and with that IOU, it's basically money. Basically, that the banks, the Federal Reserve actually does that. It's all based upon trust, but how can you actually trust the system when everything's so fragile? And one day everything seems fine, and then all of a sudden there's layoffs. Like recently, there have been hundreds of thousands of layoffs, and you have no way of paying, so basically you lose everything. So yeah, that's basically the system. You never own anything. You're always renting. Even if you have the illusion that you actually own stuff, you don't own anything. Because once you cannot pay your rent or your mortgage, you're basically homeless. And some people might think, oh no, that is never gonna happen to me because my job is secure or I have plenty of experience. Or guess what? Your job might be replaced with AI eventually. And when that happens, your experience is no longer relevant, no matter how long. You say, oh, well, but I did plenty of things, not just one, and okay, great. But even with that, you're always in the mercy of being unemployed. Because sometimes, because of how interest rates work, basically sometimes companies, like all of a sudden, like for example right now, interest rates are high, and then companies do not hire anybody because basically money becomes expensive. And this is something you can research by yourself if you look at the Fed videos or just documents. They actually say this. It's like they say basically what happens is that the economy slows, quote unquote, slows down. But if you really think about it, I mean, they say it that way because it sounds more, not so concerning. But actually, what happens is that there is less employment, more self-employment or underemployment, basically, having jobs that pay the minimum wage. Basically, what happens is that the jobs gets destroyed, mostly because companies cannot afford to get into debt in order to pay salaries. And yeah, basically, like unemployment rises, and all of a sudden, unemployment, like right now, basically, if you look around the news and the media and all of that, they'll say that, oh yeah, there's less unemployment than before, and blah 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 blah. But basically, what happens is that the good paying jobs that were before this recession, they're all gone because of interest rates. And then after they make the layoffs, what happens is that the jobs, those jobs don't come back in a long time, actually. And what actually replaces them in the medium term is low-paying jobs And then people, of course, because they're desperate, they're gonna take them. They take those jobs, and then, oh yeah, great, we made, there is less unemployment, there is more people employed, and yeah, great. But you're not looking at everything. You're just looking at the unemployment rate. It's like not looking at the whole panorama. It's just so biased. But the media keeps on telling everybody that, oh yeah, unemployment is low, everything's great, but that's not how it works. I mean, if we were to be honest with how the economic system works, we should be looking not only at that, but also like uh, purchasing power. That's pretty much it. I mean, if purchasing power is down, well, basically means that the economy is doing worse. That's what it means, you know. So yeah, basically, I'm quite mad because of this situation. Because there's pretty much nothing you can do about it. It doesn't matter what you think. There's nothing you can do about it. Even businesses struggle. Even business owners struggle. I mean, of course, less than average people, but yeah. And it's literally just because all of the printing, inflation is caused by printing money, basically, and that it's like a snowball effect, and then it basically affects everything. And then after that, after all the printing, they are forced to increase the interest rates, and then with that, you get this economy of quote unquote a slow economy, basically a recession. It's just another way of saying it. It's like when the government doesn't want to say, for example, with this war on Ukraine and all of that, like Putin didn't want to say that they started a war, basically, and what they did is that they say that it was it's quote unquote a special military operation, and it's like what what does that even mean? Does that even mean? Like a special military operation, what is that? It's literally they don't want to tell you the truth straight to your face. I mean, they are forced to tell what they're gonna do because, well, people are gonna find out anyways. But they basically try to hide and to put everything under the rug, and yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say in this video. And yeah, actually, it's quite messy. I don't have a solution for that, honestly. But I just wanted, to share these thoughts with people, and hopefully, people are more aware of how everything works. Because, the more people are actually, the more people are, let's say, aware of this, the better. Why do I say that? Because basically this was caused because of government negligence. If they didn't had printed that much money, actually, you could say, well, it's the Fed, yeah, but at the same time, the government negligence made that even worse. So, in my opinion, actually, I believe it's because of bad governments that this happens. So I think we should be more aware of this and try to make a change, because if we continue down this path, I think the wars are not gonna go through good years, and we're gonna continue to have recessions. And yeah, there is also other stuff to take into account, like this like the printing and all of that makes so that there is continuous recessions every 10 years or something. But that's a topic for another video, so I'm gonna end it right now. Okay, so thanks for watching, and if you have comments or something that you want to share with me, please do so, and I will be reading all of your comments if you have something to share with me. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and let's see you in the next video.